Here's a question that might make you uncomfortable. What if the one thing you think is helping you afford a better life is actually the reason you'll never build real wealth? Let me paint you a picture. It's Saturday evening, you're scrolling through your phone, and you see this ad for a new iPhone. The price tag reads 80,000 rupees. Your first thought? That's way too expensive. I can't afford that. But then you notice the smaller text below, or just 6,600 rupees per month for 12 months. And suddenly, something shifts in your brain. 80,000 rupees felt impossible, but 6,600, that's doable. That's like eating out a few times less. That's basically nothing, right? So you click. You buy. You feel smart because you didn't pay the full amount up front. But here's what nobody tells you. That exact moment, that exact decision might be the single biggest reason you'll stay middle class forever. See, there's this thing that's happened over the last decade in India and across the world. We've built an entire economy around three magical words: no cost EMI. Suddenly, everything became affordable. Want a new refrigerator? Just $3,000 a month. Want that motorcycle you've been eyeing? Only $8,500 a month. Want to upgrade your laptop? Buy a smartwatch? Get a new sofa set? Book that vacation? Everything comes with the same promise. You don't need to have money. You just need to be able to pay every month. And here's the thing, this sounds like a great deal. It sounds like progress. It sounds like finally the middle class can enjoy the same lifestyle as the rich. But there's a trap hidden inside this convenience, a trap so subtle that millions of people fall into it without even realizing. Let me tell you about Rahul. He's 28, works at an IT company, makes about $60,000 a month. Not bad, right? He's doing okay. He's living the life he always wanted. He bought a new bike last year, $8,000 a month for 3 years, totally manageable. Then he upgraded his phone, $5,500 for 12 months, again, no problem. His old fridge broke down, so he bought a new one, $3,200 for 18 months, still within budget. He also bought a new laptop for work, $4,800 for 12 months, necessary expense, he told himself. And then there was the smart TV he'd been wanting, $2,800 for 24 months. It was on sale. How could he say no? Now here's the interesting part. If you asked Rahul, can you afford all these things? He'd say yes, absolutely. Each monthly payment felt small. Each decision felt smart. But if you actually add it up, 8,000 plus 5,500 plus 3,200 plus 4,800 plus 2,800 equals $24,300 per month. That's 40% of his entire salary going toward things he's already bought, things sitting in his home right now, things that are slowly losing value every single day. And here's the scary part. Rahul doesn't even realize he's trapped. So what's actually happening here? Why does EMI feel so harmless but end up being so dangerous? It all comes down to a psychological trick your brain plays on you. It's called payment decoupling. When you pay for something in full, your brain feels the pain. You see 80,000 rupees leave your account, and it hurts. That pain is actually good because it makes you think twice. It makes you ask, do I really need this? Is this worth it? But when you pay in EMIs, that pain gets spread out over 12 or 24 or 36 months. Each individual payment feels tiny. Your brain barely notices it. There's no pain signal, no warning system. It's like the difference between getting punched once versus getting poked with a needle every day for a year. The total damage might be the same, but your brain doesn't register the slow version as a threat.
And that's exactly what EMI is designed to do. It's designed to remove the pain of spending so you'll spend more. Let me show you how this plays out with a simple example. Let's say you're buying a phone for $60,000. The EMI plan offers you 12 monthly payments of $5,500. No cost EMI, they call it. But here's what actually happens. That zero interest is almost always built into the price. The phone's actual market price might be $54,000, but they've already added the interest into the $60,000 you're paying. You just can't see it because it's not shown separately. Even in cases where it truly is zero interest, you're still losing. How? Opportunity cost. See, when you commit to paying $5,500 every month for the next 12 months, that's $5,500 you can't invest, can't save, can't use for emergencies. It's already spoken for. If you had invested that $60,000 instead in a simple index fund averaging 12% annual returns, after 1 year, you'd have around $67,200. That's $7,200 you just gave up. That's the real cost of your no-cost EMI. But it gets worse, because EMIs don't just cost you money, they cost you something far more valuable: your financial freedom. Here's the deeper truth about EMI that nobody talks about. Every EMI you sign up for is a commitment you're making with your future income. You're telling your future self, hey, I know you haven't earned this money yet, but I'm going to spend it right now.
Think about that for a second. When you take an EMI for 24 months, you're spending money you haven't even made yet. Money you might need for something else. Money that might not even exist if something goes wrong. And this is where the trap closes. Because once you start living on EMIs, you can never get ahead. Here's why. Let's say you start with 0 EMIs. Your full salary is yours. You have financial breathing room. Then you buy something on EMI. Now, every month, a chunk of your salary is already gone before you even receive it. Your available income just shrunk. But life doesn't stop. You still want things. You still need things. So you take another EMI, and another, and another. Each new EMI makes your available income smaller, which makes you feel broke, which makes you think you need more things to feel successful, which leads to more EMIs. It's a cycle that feeds on itself, and the more you earn, the bigger the EMIs you can afford, so you never actually escape. I've seen people making 2 lakh a month who live paycheck to paycheck because they're drowning in EMIs. The car EMI, the home loan EMI, the personal loan EMI, the credit card EMI, the gadget EMIs, the vacation EMI. They're making great money, but they're trapped. They can't quit their job because they have payments to make. They can't take risks because their monthly commitments are too high. They can't invest because there's nothing left to invest. This is what I call the golden cage. It looks shiny from the outside. You have all the latest things. You look successful. But inside, you're completely stuck. And here's the psychological twist. EMI culture makes you confuse lifestyle with wealth. Having the latest phone doesn't make you wealthy. Driving a fancy car doesn't make you wealthy. Living in a big apartment doesn't make you wealthy. Wealth is not what you own. Wealth is what you own that pays you. Wealth is assets that generate income. Wealth is freedom. But when you're busy making EMI payments on things that lose value, you're moving in the exact opposite direction of wealth. So what should you do instead? How do you escape the EMI trap? First, understand this simple rule.
If you can't buy it twice in cash, you can't afford it yet. This doesn't mean you literally need to buy two. It means buying something would wipe out your savings. You can't actually afford it yet. You need to wait, save more, and then buy it when it doesn't hurt your financial position. Second, reverse the EMI mindset. Instead of paying EMIs to companies, pay EMIs to yourself. Here's what I mean. Let's say you want a $60,000 phone. Instead of buying it on EMI, create your own reverse EMI. Start putting $5,500 a month into a savings account. After 11 months, you'll have $60,500. Now buy the phone in cash. What did you just accomplish? You got the same phone, you paid the same amount, but you avoided any interest, you maintained your financial freedom, and you built the discipline of delayed gratification. Third, make the EMI test before every purchase. Ask yourself, if I had to pay for this in full right now, would I still buy it? If the answer is no, then you don't really want it. You just want the feeling of being able to afford the monthly payment. And fourth, and this is crucial, redirect your EMI money toward assets, not liabilities. Instead of a $10,000 monthly EMI on a new bike, what if you invested that $10,000 every month in a mutual fund? In 5 years, at 12% annual returns, you'd have approximately $8.15 lakh. That's wealth. That's money working for you. That's the exact opposite of the EMI trap. Here's what I want you to remember from this video. The middle class stays middle class, not because they don't earn enough. They stay middle class because they spend everything they earn buying things that make them look rich while actually keeping them poor. EMI is not a tool for affordability. It's a trap designed to keep you comfortable enough to not question it, but broke enough to never escape it. The real question isn't, can I afford the monthly payment? The real question is, what is this costing me in terms of my financial freedom? Because every time you click Buy Now, Pay Later, you're making a choice. You're choosing temporary satisfaction over long-term wealth. You're choosing to look successful over actually becoming successful. And the most dangerous part is, this trap is so comfortable that most people don't even realize they're in it until it's too late. But now you know. You see the trap. You understand how it works. So the next time you see that tempting no-cost EMI offer, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, am I buying my way into a better life, or am I paying my way into a trap? Your future self will thank you for making the right choice. Because wealth is not built by buying things. It's built by buying your freedom. One smart decision at a time.